Poul's Kitchen to Chef Poul. With me today is my camera person, as I'm going to label as R2D2. That's what she wants to use, so that's what we're going to use. So today we're going to be making mince meat pie. And before I get any slack for this, if you know anything, you know that we no longer use meat for mince meat pie. Why? I don't know. It's just the way that it is. So I'm going to use 3 lemons. I've chopped them in half and I've zested them. So here's the lemons themselves. So I'm going to start getting the juices in here because we want to put that in as quick as possible. I've got 3 Granny Smith apples already cored, deseeded, and chopped up. And this process is probably going to be one of the longer parts because, well, it's 3 of them cut in half, so that's 6 pieces. But lemons, a lot of mincemeat pie these days is made with a lot more fruits and nuts. I'm not using any nuts today, but we're going to use a lot of different things. And it's going to be really, really good. It's going to taste really, really good. And before I forget, and I know it will, we're going to put this to 250. Because this is not going to take very long. This is not a very long process. This is actually super, super easy, super quick. Doesn't take very long, and we'll have this into our casserole dish and in the oven really, really soon. So you want to make sure you're getting all the lemon juice in there. You can actually use lemon juice from a container if you want, but I don't recommend it as it's not necessarily going to give you the same yield. On this, I know that I'm famous for saying, just buy lemon juice, but this, don't do it. It's a trap. I've got 2 oranges. I've taken the zest off already. Deseeded. This is the orange zest. And this is the lemon zest. I know I'm going to have more dishes to do because it seems like that's what today has been. And here I've got some sweetened dried cherries. And they got this messed up, so I'm just going to put the bag of cherries all in anyway so I can start a package. And then I've got some Thompson seedless raisins, and this is about a 750 milliliter bag. And I have a funny feeling this is going to be pretty full by the time I'm done this. This is going to be a little fun mixing, but we're almost got everything in here. Now, people usually like to put a little bit of alcohol in this. This is Lost of Amy's chocolate and almond vanilla, which is fine. Put this in before you cook. Do not put this in after. Cooking dissolves the alcohol. If you put this in after, it's not going to dissolve. There'll be alcohol in it. You cook with it, the alcohol is gone, you just get some flavor. Like, very simple, guys. Do not make that mistake. That is the stupidest mistake you'll make. Like, absolutely, do not make that mistake. And this is 1 bag of cranberries. And we're almost done. There's one more thing to add, and that is just nutmeg, and then I'm going to have the lovely task of trying to stir this thing. What do I want to use it? I'm trying to use this. And where is that? Some people like to have a lot of spiciness, but I'm just going to use nutmeg. I think that's the only thing I really care about on this. Put like 5 teaspoons in there. You want a lot of that. The rest of it is not necessary. Where are we at? So that's almost ready to go in the oven. But we want to make sure that... Okay, so that wasn't so good. We want to have this mixed before it goes in the oven because otherwise it's going to be a pain. I am not going to add any sugar to this. I do not feel like we need it. However, I will add a little bit of honey. Where honey is a lot better for you. It will mix a whole lot better. And you may not have wanted to preheat things as much as I did because it's not going to, it's not going on a very high heat. It's going to go in the oven for about 2.5 hours. So it's going to have its time. And yes, I know that I'm R2D2. I know I'm going to have to sweep. I was a little worried I wasn't going to get the quantity that I wanted. I'm pretty sure I got the quantity. It's pretty cool. All right, now I know I have my casserole dishes, and I know my wife just rearranged things. So you know what? I think I'm just going to use my cast iron Dutch oven. If you have one, if you don't, then use a casserole dish and put some tinfoil on top. But the Dutch oven will take care of this pretty good. Where I'm using the cast iron Dutch oven, I'll probably give it about 45 minutes. Well, actually, you know what? I'll give it 30 minutes and I'll see how it looks after 30 minutes. And I'll come back and I'll let you know how long it actually took to finish. I find everything else cooks pretty slow. This, Dutch ovens are great. I find that it really cooks really, really quick. And I've got a large amount here, so I mean, minced meat is one of the greatest things in the world because, and I don't know why we call it minced meat, it's just what it's called. But it's something that everybody can enjoy. It's good for pies, you can make some squares out of it. And where I've not directly added sugar, I kind of feel like this is actually going to be good for pretty much everybody. Everybody should be able to enjoy this. All right, and now that I've got that, I'm going to try to find out where Amy put the rest of my pans and fill the rest of it up on the other side of the oven. So that's in there, so give me 1 second, guys. And we're in here, and I'm just trying to see if I'm blind, because I am. And here, just somewhere I couldn't see. All right, so we're almost ready to put the last one in. I promise you the worst part of all this is actually, believe it or not, is just the peeling. And, you know, figuring out where your significant other decided the place for it to be was. Because I did not know. So I got some tinfoil over here, I think. That's parchment paper. This being a smaller amount shouldn't take that long. So I'm going to come back every 30 minutes and check. When it's done, I'll take it out and I'll let you guys know. And what you're going to do when you're done, you're going to put this in mason jars. Clean, sterilized mason jars. You can put this in a fridge, you can put this in a freezer. You can make squares out of this. Alright, so please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hope you're excited to see what this is going to look like and taste like. I know I am. R2D2 might actually as well. Who knows? But this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. This is what making cooking great again is all about. Hit the like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back in about 30 minutes, maybe an hour. I doubt it though. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back. So we're done. This is, we took about an hour. Now if you're using a Dutch oven, it's going to be a little quicker than if you didn't. So R2D2, I'm going to get you to come a little closer here. And this is basically the texture. You might want to mix a little bit more if you want, but I'm going to let this cool down a little bit. Then I'm going to put this in some mason jars. And then from there, I'm going to put it in the fridge, probably some in the freezer, if Amy thinks that's a smart idea to do that. And then I'll figure out what I want to do with this. Probably some date squares. Except it won't be date squares, it'll be some squares of some kind. You can make this out of pies, or, you know, surprise, surprise, you can just eat it without. Just taste it, just eat it in a bowl. If you're diabetic, you have other issues, sometimes a pie crust isn't necessarily the best thing for you, unless you want to do it gluten-free, which is alright, which is a little pricey. The easiest way to do it is just eat it out of a bowl. I love this stuff. I can eat this straight, no problem. It's awesome. And this is what making cooking great again is all about. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. We really appreciate you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.